I couldn't wait to get out of school. Like I could not wait to get out into the vast wildness and just throw myself in there into the, for me, school was just very restrictive. It was learning topics I didn't care about. It was dealing with authority, people that said, you can't do it like this. I'm going to try to do that, right, and see what happens. So that definitely is my dad. And again, it probably has some downsides too, but no, I mean, I think that I just didn't fit into the 9-to-5 world, where I've got two brothers that do it really well. Like, brother's a super successful banker with UBS, does these global M&A deals. Other guys is, corporate guy. But for me, for whatever reason, right, I've got two brothers, both went that route. I just couldn't fit in. The suit, the tie, the training, if you're a good guy and you really kiss ass to your boss, you might get a raise. I just couldn't play that game, or I just decided not to play that game. And so, what that meant was, after college, I really struggled. Like, after college, I got out of school in 91, I think, pretty old. I struggled like for 5 years, like trying to figure shit out. Like, why do I keep getting fired everywhere? And it wasn't until I moved back to Silicon Valley where I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. Like, this is just a collection of fucking broken toy misfits. And you're riding this wave, which is really important too, to be on this wave, right? Of like things that are happening. And Silicon Valley in the 90s was just that. I mean, the tide was raising all the boats. It was just all this money, all this focus. But, I ended up hanging out with the weird 19-year-old kid who hadn't showered in a couple days, who was just fucking brilliant, but couldn't fit in the normal kind of mold of like traditional corporate, make sure your suit is good, your tie is good, and all that stuff. I just, for whatever reason, wasn't my jam. So I think that was definitely my dad. And my dad, I think he gave me some level of intelligence. He's highly intelligent, worked for Stanford Research Institute as a PhD chemist. So I had, some of that. I'm hoping, my mom is all heart. My dad was probably the brains, right? My dad was a pretty smart dude. So I think I got some of that from him, but I think I got that drive, that intuition, the empathy, like the grit from my mom, right? This 4'11", immigrant from Scotland who came over here at 19, right, by herself. Like, that stuff just like super motivated me. Like, so, it's an interesting question. I don't know if I've thought about that, quite deeply, but I think it was a combination of like having not a strong father figure in my dad, who gave me some basis of intelligence, and like this grit, roll up your sleeve, immigrant mother that was just going to make shit happen. So I think the combination of both of those things led me to kind of this career in, kind of like digital marketing, online marketing. And for me, it was like awesome because there was so much happening, right? Like, it wasn't like you went to school to become a plumber and like the technology or advancements in plumbing is not that great, right? Like, it's just, there might be a new toilet in the market or a new way to flush or whatever it is. But like, in terms of online marketing, I really felt like I was at the beginning of all of it. And it was exciting because it was all changing. Like, there was no solid ground. And I really thrived in that environment. I didn't like find that to be scary. It was like exciting to be part of these companies that just like took off. So that was really, I think the combination of those two really kind of defined me.